Right. Good afternoon. Okay, so um we managed to go through the we managed to go through the we've we've managed to go through the various tools in the toolbox um in the Corel Draw window. So what we're going to do right now is this is the challenge section where I'm going to demonstrate how to grab out the challenge. All right. So the challenge today is that we're going to try to design the Olympic logo. We're going to try to design the Olympics logo. All right. So I'm going to go through a step-by-step procedure with you on how to design the Olympic logo. All right. Okay. So first, in designing your Olympic logo, since we've already gone through the tools and then their uses, I'll be a bit fast with this, but then I'll take my time to make sure that you understand every single thing that we do. So first, to design the Olympic logo, what you're going to do is you're going to select the Eclipse tool. So follow where my mouse pointer is. You're going to select the Eclipse tool, all right? And then you're going to draw 5 circles, all right? So if in order to get all the shapes of your circle equal, you can draw one circle like I've done. Go back to the pick tool, click on that, select the pick tool, come to the node, all right, extend the circle to the size that you want. After doing so, okay, you can either use the shortcut key Control plus C to copy and then Control plus V to paste. Now it will paste on the previous copy of the circle. All you have to do is to click on the circle and drag, all right, and you have 2 copies. Or I'm going to show you another way to simplify copy and paste. Okay, or you click on the first circle that you've drawn on the keyboard, look at the numeric keys, all right, and look for a plus there, and then hit on the plus key. Okay, it's going to duplicate that circle. You click on the circle, then you drag. You click, hold, and you drag, and then you have another copy. You can repeat that up to 5 times. If you feel that is also a long process, another way by which you can copy and paste is you click on the circle that you've already drawn. All right. Go to the menu bar, which is right under the title bar. So follow my mouse pointer. Okay. Go to the menu bar, which is right under the the title bar. Go to objects. Click on objects. You have a drop box. All right. Then you click on transform, and you have another drop box coming beside it. The drop box that comes beside it, you find position, rotate, scale and mirror, size, skew, color transformation. So you click on position. Now when you click on position, you realize that nothing has happened. But if you are very observant, you realize there is a change. Now the change will be on the Docker bar, all right, which is at your right hand side beside the color palette. So at the locker bar, you realize that there is a transformation. So follow my mouse pointer. There's a transformation box that has been opened with the position active. Now we want to duplicate this cycle. So right at the Docker, you realize that there is a part where they've written copies, and in the copies they've written 0. So we need 5 copies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the 0 and write 5. Okay, and write 5. And then I'll click on apply. Immediately I click on apply, I have 5 copies of the cycle which has been instantly made. Okay, so if I click on the circle and I move, click, hold, and move, this is 1. Click, hold, and move, this is 2. Click, hold, and move, this is 3. Click, hold, and move, this is 4. Click, hold, and move, this is 5. Plus the original circle making 6. I hope that is clear. So that is also another way of making copies. Okay, now I'm going to show you some other tricks when it comes to the transformation too as we move on in other challenges. Okay, so we have 6 circles but we need 5, so we'll have to delete 1. Now we need all the circles to be in alignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use my eye to accurately align them. Okay, so I'm doing so right now. Okay, now it seems they are not all aligned, so what do I do now to get them perfectly aligned? Now hold on the shift button on your keyboard and then you click on all circles, or you select all the circles, and it is going to highlight all the circles, and then you press E on the keyboard to perfectly align them. Or if you want to use other means of aligning them, after holding the shift button and clicking on all the circles, the 5 circles, you go to effects. Okay, uh, sorry, you go to objects. All right, in the object section there is align and distribute. Okay, and you select if you want to align to the right or the left, you can, but then we want to align horizontally, so we go to align centers horizontally, which is the
I think
E
the
that I
network is
pressed.
low
That
and
is a
then
shortcut. Okay, so that is also
the line
another
is
way
weak.
of aligning. Now when you look at the Olympic logo, you have 2 images, 3 circles, sorry, on top and 2 beneath. So in order to get our 2 circles beneath, I'm going to select 2 circles. Hold the shift button on the keyboard. Click on 2 circles to select them. Then click on any of them and then just drag beneath the other 3 circles. That is it. Okay. Drag beneath the other 3 circles. All right. Now, if you've done that, let me just increase the page size so that you guys will get everything clearly. Right. So if you've done that, okay, all right. So if you've done that, what we're going to do next is we're going to create intersections. All right, we're going to create intersections amongst the circles. So the first, this is how you do the intersections. Now you click on the first circle, just try to do them accurately by yourself. Get it as close to the middle circle. Do same on the other side. Okay, do same on the other side. Okay, and then just try to move the circles below also upwards, right? Try to move them upwards. Okay, so we've created some intersections there, but they are not perfect intersections. How do we perfect them? Now select the first 2 circles, click shift, hold on shift button on your keyboard and select the first 2 circles, and then After selecting, you right click and go to group objects. All right. After grouping objects, you still hold down your shift button on the keyboard and click on the circle which is beneath them, and then you click on C to perfectly align them. All right. Then click any blank space. Go back to click on the circles that you grouped. Right click and ungroup them, and click on any space to unselect it. We want to do same for the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the upper two, right click, group objects, and then hold shift button, select the bottom one, and press on C on the keyboard to perfectly align them. For that, click any space and then ungroup them. So we have them perfectly intersecting. After doing this, select all. Okay, the shortcut to selecting all is Control plus A, or you can click on any space, okay, and then highlight all to select it. All right. After doing so, we want there to be a bit of thickness in our work. So what we're going to do is that we're going to we're going to so what we're going to do is that we're going to select all. After selecting all, you're going to go to the property bar, all right, follow where my mouse is, and change my mouse where my mouse pointer is. Kindly observe and change, okay, the thickness of the circles. Okay, in this case, I want a thickness of about 20. So 20 is too much, so I'm going to make it 5. 5 is also not okay, so let's say 10. Okay, 10 is good. Oh, let me see, 8. All right, 8 is better. Okay, so after changing the thickness, you are not still done yet. Okay, go to the menu bar, follow where my mouse pointer is, click on object, and convert the outline to object, making everything object. When you are done with that, what it actually does is that it changes the circle. At first, if I should draw any circle, okay, and I should put color in there, it's going to make the whole circle blue. But what I did now is that I changed the circle into outline. So now the inner part of the circle is not going to take color, but the outline, because now it's an outline. Notice it's an outline circle, not an actual circle. So if I should give it color, it's the outline that is going to take the color. So that is what converting an object into an outline does. I hope that is clear. All right. So after doing this now, the interesting part, okay, we're going to um try to apply some colors. All right. We're going to try to apply some colors. So we're going to be trying to add some colors. All right. So with the Olympic, the first circle is um blue, not bright blue, and it's not deep blue. I'll say navy blue. All right. The second is yellow. Okay. Second is yellow, and that also is not um a bright yellow, and it's not a dull yellow. Let me say it's a dull yellow, not a bright yellow. So we want a dull yellow. What actually we're going to do to get our dull yellow is we're going to edit the color. So after picking up your yellow color here, all right, you come to the status bar where the yellow has been um highlighted. Okay, and then follow my mouse pointer. You double click there. It will give you a pop-up menu so that you do some you can edit your color, okay, to suit whatever thing that you want. So we want a dull yellow. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly change that. Okay, so follow the pointer. I want a dull yellow, so this is where I'll do my selection. Okay, after doing that, you see now the color difference, right? So this is a light yellow and this is a dull yellow, and it suits what I want. So after doing that, I'm just going to click on OK, and then I have that color there. The middle is black. Okay, so we already have the black color. um then green is not a a bright green, it's a dull green. So I'm going to do same just like I did for the yellow. Okay, I'm going to do same just like I did for the yellow. All right, and then we have red. Okay, we are not still done. Okay, almost done, but not totally done yet. Just a few more things to do, about two more things to do, processes to go through. So after doing this, now what we're going to do is we're going to create some intersections in there. We're going to create some intersections in there. All right. So we're going to select the first, select the first circle and select the second circle. Okay, so you hold on shift, select the first circle, and you select the second circle. After doing that, we want an intersection between the two. Okay, and if you've seen the Olympics logo before, you would actually know. Let me just quickly search for one. Okay, I'm just doing this off head. Let me quickly search for the Olympic logo so that you also have a view of it. Just a minute. So So looking at the Olympic logo, okay, that is what I want to show you so that you see how it looks like. So like I was saying, when you look at the Olympic logo, all right, there are certain intersections in there that we also want to put in our work. And I'm going to show you how to do that shortly. So to do that, you select the blue, hold down on the shift key on the keyboard, and then you click on the yellow as well. Now after doing that, what um you're going to do is you're going to go to the property bar. Okay, follow where my mouse pointer is and click on the insect button, and the insect actually creates an intersection between the two. Now you can't see it because it's not visible, it has blended in with the other colors. So we're going to change the color so that we see if we can see it. All right, now if it's still not visible, that means your intersection was done behind the layer or the blue. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go and right click on the times or the crossed sign in the middle of the selection. Right click on that. Okay, go to other from the drop down menu that comes up, and then select to front page. Okay, and then it will bring your intersection up front. So I changed my color, the intersections color, to a sea blue, and that is what you are seeing now. After doing so, click on any of the intersection. All right, you're going to click on any of the intersection. Okay, and make sure your pick tool is active when you click on any of the intersections. This is the pick tool, so make sure it is always active when you are working. Okay, so that you don't disrupt what you've already done. After doing that, go to your property bar and break them apart. Now, we want to create the effect on this side of the work. So this side is not really needed, as we see from the original Olympic logo. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete one side, okay, and leave the other side. Now click on the other side, press shift on the keyboard, press shift on the keyboard, click on the yellow, okay. After you've done that, go back to the property bar and then click on the simplify button. That is where my mouse is pointed. The simplify button is actually going to cut into the yellow. After doing that, you click the intersection that you create. You delete the intersection that you created. You just select and press delete on the keyboard to delete, or you can select right click, then delete from the drop down menu. Now, when this happens, it seems like you are still not seeing the effect that has been created. And the reason is because the yellow is actually behind the blue and the black. Okay, so we now want to move the yellow to the front of the blue and the black. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to select the yellow. That is by clicking on it. Okay, and press Control plus Home on the keyboard. If you find that also a challenge, pressing Control and Home at the same time on the keyboard a challenge, you can simply right click on the yellow. Okay, go to Order from the drop down menu and then select to front page, and that will bring the yellow in front, and it will give you the effect that you want, just as in the Olympic logo. All right, now we're going to do the same thing with the black, but this time it's not going to be here, it's going to be down. So the same process that I showed, hold the shift key, press on the yellow and the black to enter, and then intersect them. After intersecting them, change the color to either blue or any color that you want. And if you change the color and it is not appearing in front, click on the cross symbol, right click on the cross symbol in the middle of the selection that appeared when intersected. So click on Order from the pop-up menu to give you another pop-up menu, then select or click on to front of page to have your intersection appear. After doing so, break apart. Then you delete one side of it where it's not needed. Okay, and then you click on the blue and then you click on the black as well by holding the shift key to select both. So click on the blue, hold the shift key on your keyboard, click on the black, and then you simplify. After that, you delete the blue to get the intersection perfectly done there. I'm going to do the last one. Try to do that by yourself. Okay. So I'm using a few shortcuts, all right? The same process that I showed you, not different from that, is the same process I'm using, okay? But then don't be afraid to make any mistake, all right? Don't be afraid to make any mistake in your work. If you make any mistake in your work or you are even close to what I'm doing, it's okay, all right? You just save it, put it up in a group, and I'm going to show you how to correct all those mistakes. All right. So don't be afraid to make any mistakes. It's you wouldn't get it perfect the first time or all the time. All right. So just make the mistake, okay, and learn from the correction. That is the best. All right. Just make the mistake and learn from the correction. Okay. So if you've finished with all the intersections, then congratulations, you are done with the Olympic symbol. All right. So after doing that, I'm just going to show you how to save your work after doing that. So after doing that, okay, you can just maximize it or increase the size. I hope you saw what I did. Okay, select all or use the shortcut Control plus A. Go to the node in any of the corner, either this corner or that corner or that corner or that corner in the angles. If you want to maximize anything, you use the nodes in the angles, all right? Don't use the node in the middles. That is to enlarge it. But if you want to maximize it, use the nodes in the angles. So click, hold, then drag, then it will maximize, okay? So after you are done with your work, all right, you maximize it. After maximizing, you select all, Control plus A, right click on it, then go to group objects. After you group objects, now your object become one, you can move them about as one by right clicking it. Okay, so you just, after doing everything, go to the text 2, click on it to activate it. Come back to your drawing page. This is your drawing page. The little square in there is your drawing page. The whole thing is your drawing window. You can work on any part of the drawing window, including the drawing page, right? Click on the drawing page. Click on any part of the drawing page, all right? And you would have a blinking, all right, a blinking cursor, all right, that would appear. Now, when that happens, that means you can type whatever thing that you want. So you type Olympics, Olympics. All right. It's small, so I want to maximize. So how do you maximize? Click on any of the nodes at the corner. Click, hold, and drag, and it will maximize. Or you can go to the property tool and then just change the size of the text, just like you do in Microsoft Word. Okay. All right. So click, hold, drag. I'm just going to change the font as well. All right, just to make it a bit nice. Okay, I'm just going to change the font as well. So after writing your Olympics underneath, try to also put your name underneath or your initials. Okay, so I'm going to put my initials there. I'm going to put my initials there. And if you want to duplicate, okay, the Olympics is the same way, copy or paste. Anyhow, all the procedures I showed you can use that. So I want to put my initials there. So I'm just going to put BB graphics, all right? BB graphics there, okay? And I'm going to maximize it and just change the font a bit. Um, Okay, okay. Just going to add a bit of color. All right, all right. Okay. So after you're done, go back to the toolbox. All right. Select, click, double click on the rectangle to give you a rectangle of the drawing page. So when I double click on the rectangle too, okay, where the mouse pointer is, you double click to give you a rectangle. So you realize that there's a selected rectangle on the drawing page. Now go back to my pick tool to select it so that you guys will see. So this is a selected rectangle, right? I'm going to change the background color to gray, all right? So I'm just going to change the background color to gray, or you can also change to black if you wish, but the black wouldn't be that nice. So gray or white, I prefer white. Okay, then that is it for the Olympic logo. Now when you are done with this, okay, you can go to the standard toolbar. So follow where my mouse pointer is. This is the menu bar, this is the standard toolbar. Go to the standard toolbar. On the standard toolbar, to save a document, all right, you export. All right, to save a duplicate of what you've done, you export it. So that is where my mouse is pointed. Or you can go to the file menu and then go to export. Okay, or after doing everything, you can use the shortcut Control plus E. So you are saving, that is a way you save your file to JPEG or PDF or whatever thing. Like I want to save my file to JPEG form. So um, after clicking on the export to, or going to file and selecting export, or using the shortcuts holding at the same time Control plus E, all right, this pop-up menu comes. So now I want to save it into JPEG form. That is what I want you guys to save it into, and then put it in the group. So I want to save it into JPEG form, right? So I'm going to change the save as type. Okay, so when I click on it, it will give me a drop menu, and JPEG is identified by JPG, JPEG bitmap. All right, so I'll click on that, and then it gives me JPEG, and then I'll change the file name into BB graphics. Right, after that I want to save on the desktop, not at my document. So I'm just going to change where I want to save the document. I want to save it on the desktop, so I'll select desktop. Okay, and I'll then click on export. After doing so, it's going to give me another pop-up menu. All right, it's going to bring up another pop-up menu. So this is the pop-up menu that I was talking about. So when you get this pop-up menu, actually it comes up for you to either change the size of your document or maintain it, and also cross-check as to whether everything is intact. Okay, so everything is intact. I don't need the document to load. All right, so where my mouse pointer is, actually the document is going to show up here. What I'm saving is going to show up here. All right, if I should wait for a while, I'm running a lot of applications on the machine currently, that is why it's delaying. So if I should wait for a while, you realize that the document shows. So exactly as I was saying, right? And so there isn't any mistakes on it. So then I'll click on OK, and my document is saved. If I should go back, if I should go back to, if I should go back to my desktop, the document will be there. So this is my desktop, and this is the document BB graphics. All right, and I'm going to share it on WhatsApp with you guys just now so that you see how it looks. Right, so I'm sharing with you guys on WhatsApp. Okay, so that is the challenge for today, and I hope that you enjoy designing the Olympics. All right. Each challenge is meant to build your skill. And as we move on, there will be packages associated with each challenge if you're able to do it and do it well. All right. So let's take this very seriously. And then I'll see you, God willing, tomorrow. All right. Take very good care of yourself.